high bar, the men's high bar finalists. Those are the 8 best qualifiers, and this is our 10th final of the day. This is the grand finale, the event that will bring down the curtain on this absolutely fantastic day of competition in Mersin. Well, this crowd has certainly enjoyed the action today. There's been plenty of noise coming from the stand, plenty of support for these athletes, especially the home athletes. Razaljon Abdurakimov. First up for Uzbekistan. He is actually an Olympian. He competed in the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo. He's 26 years of age now. Medalist at the Islamic Solidarity Games in 2021. And that was a really impressive display from Razaljon Abdurakimov. A great start to this high bar competition. Well, next up, and expect a lot of noise from the crowd, it's Mertefe Kilic of Turkey. He goes next. He was 5th best in qualification. He is new to the Turkish team. He's young, he's really highly regarded though. He's very good on parallel and horizontal bar, and he's part of that exciting new generation that's coming through for Turkey. Like so many of these other Turkish gymnasts, he's a student at Ege University. It's near the Aegean Sea. It's a university where almost all of the Turkish national team trains, so to be around top-level gymnasts day to day at university has to be a good thing for your sporting development. The older gymnasts, they look after him and they all rate him really highly. He's certainly a very exciting prospect for Turkey. Lots of smiling faces in the crowd, and I'm sure they'll be hoping that Kilic can give them something more to smile about. I'll see him in action very shortly, but this is just another look at the first gymnast to compete. That was Razaljon Abdurakimov of Uzbekistan. He awaits the judge's verdict. Here is the man that the crowd have been waiting for, Mert Kilic for Turkey. 13.7 for Abdurakimov. That's significantly higher than his score in qualification, which was 12.850. Marked improvement. So I'm sure he will be absolutely delighted with that, and he should be. Here we go, Mert Kilic. 13.050 in qualifying, the 5th strongest in qualifying. My goodness, how impressive was that? The crowd certainly thought so. dismount, solid landing. What a performance from Mert Kilic for the home fans. Hands raised aloft, hands clapping. The crowd like that, Kilic like that, the coach like that. Fantastic performance from the young Turkish gymnast. Youngsters gathering to catch a glimpse of the gymnasts in action. Their national flags waving. It's lovely to see youngsters being able to witness this sport live. Of course, Amit Onda, huge crowd favourite. How delighted would they be if he were to take home a second medal today? He was the top qualifier, so he's got a very good chance. Ivan Dejanovic is up next. .450 for Mert Kilic. So, Nazarjan Abdurakhimov is ahead with a 13.7. Nevertheless, that is higher than his score in qualification. So an improvement for the Turkish gymnast. This is Ivan Dejanovic. He's a horizontal bars specialist from Serbia. He scored a 12.8 in qualifying. He was the 8th athlete to qualify. Smooth catch, good body shape. It's a nice form on landing, nice straight tidy body shape, his legs stuck closely together. Big swing, and nice tidy dismount, a step back there, but nevertheless that was a good, decent performance from the Serbian. Well, that big cheer goes up because Amit Onda has just been introduced to the crowd. He's won international medals on horizontal bars at World Cup level, European Games medalist as well in 2019. Very accomplished on this apparatus, and he will have the full support of the crowd. He finished top in qualifying with a 13.9, the highest difficulty of any of the other gymnasts. Not the highest execution, but his difficulty score was what made the difference. Absolutely huge noise from the crowd. He has so many fans watching him today. And they're on their feet. They absolutely loved that performance. It looked like he did too. That was a real crowd pleaser. Wonderful routine. Congratulations from teammates. He acknowledges the crowd. I'm sure he's grateful for their support. I mean, he can't miss them with that big banner with his face all over it. Could that be the routine that takes the gold? The crowd want it. I'm sure Amit Onda wants it. Halfway through this horizontal bars final. And that is Heath Thorpe, who you can see warming up. And there was a huge moment for Heath Thorpe. Really wonderful to see. He said after a year of mental blocks, he finally completed his full Jaeger twist. He scored a 13.55 and qualified third into the final. So that's absolutely wonderful to see that. .10, that is the top score so far. Amit Onda has got himself into the gold medal position. He's top spot on the podium as things stand. Number one, he says. That's absolutely right. .13.350 for Ayan Tijanovic. That is fourth position for the Serbian. So as it stands, Amit Onda is top, followed by Raziljon Abdurakimov, and the other Turkish gymnast Mert Kılıçer is in third. But we still have 4 more athletes to go, so of course that could all change. confirmation thing then of the standings as things stand. Amit Onda. So it is a Turkey 1-3 at the minute with Razaljon Abdurakhimov of Uzbekistan currently in second position. .14.1 for Amit Onda. He's improved on his score from qualification. And now Tin Serbic goes for Croatia. He's the Olympic silver medalist from Tokyo. He's a very good gymnast. It's been a really interesting journey for him from Tokyo to the Paris Olympics next year because his routines were so Kachev dominated in the years leading up to the Tokyo Olympics when he won silver. But the changes to the quota points from Tokyo to Paris mean that he can no longer base his routine so heavily around Kachev's because he won't get the same reward in difficulty. He's spoken at length about needing to take time away from the sport to refine his routines. That's why we haven't seen so much of him domestically, because he's been training domestically rather. He's been recomposing his routines and figuring out how to get that difficulty score without relying on those Kachevs, because they'll no longer count for that difficulty rating. So what's going to be crucial for him now is seeing the kind of scores in the year, what kind of scores he posts in the years leading up to Paris. Where is he internationally? He's come back after not having been around for a while. He's taken lots of time to reconfigure his routine, so very interesting time for Tin Serbic. He was the second best in qualification behind Amit Onda with a 13.6 as things stand. That score would get him a bronze medal on the podium, but this final is certainly a lot higher scoring than qualification. Christian Baloch of Hungary is next to go. Judging by his execution score in qualifying, a 7.75, looks like he might have come off the bar. So if anyone is going to potentially make a move up and win a medal, it's him. He has the difficulty to do so. Of course, you do see in finals that gymnasts throw in a lot of extra difficulty. Christian Baloch of Hungary, 6th in qualification, 7.750 for execution, 5.3 for difficulty. What will he produce now in this final? Tin Serbic, 14.10, the same score as Amit Onda. absolutely nailed the landing, Christian Baloch. Much better performance from the one that got him into this final. Let's take another look. Big, powerful swings. Really good body shape. Good form in the air. Toes pointed, legs together. Great form in the air for that dismount. Well, that is how things stand. Amit Onda holding off Tin Serbic, the same overall score. Now where will Christian Baloch feature in that table? 6 athletes down and 2 still to go. Heathorpe of Australia, the third best qualifier, who comes into this full of confidence after a really good performance in qualification. And he is followed by Cameron Lynn, who's already taken home a medal today. Heathorpe, be interesting to see if he incorporates a full Jaeger twist into his routine, like he did in qualifying. .050. A high score for Christian Baloch. Amit Onda and Tin Serbic still on 14.1, so Christian Baloch not too far behind. Heathorpe, bit of a cult favourite among gymnastics fans. He's artistic, he's elegant, he's very outspoken about the role of artistry in gymnastics. Very much wants to see more of that. He wants to be an innovator. That was a really nice dismount from the Australian. A nice clean routine. And here, last but not least, comes Cameron Lynn. There's that Jaeger full twist that he's not been able to manage for a year. Huge progress for the Australian. Well, Great Britain's Cameron Lynn, perhaps the surprise package on the floor earlier today. He was on the podium there. Can he make it onto the podium in the horizontal bar? Can he bookend his day with a medal in the first event and a medal in the last? He made the finals of the horizontal bar in Tel Aviv in the World Challenge Cup earlier this year. He finished 6th in the final, having been the 8th qualifier. He was the 4th best in qualification, so he should be feeling pretty confident. .13.6 for Heath Thorpe. Slightly up from his qualification score, so I'm sure he's pleased with that, but he doesn't finish on the podium. This is a high scoring final. And Cameron Lynn, last to go on the high bar. 13.3 in qualification. 4th highest qualifier. Oh, that is a shame. Shame to see Cameron Lynn come off the bar. He has the support of the crowd though. I'm sure they want to see him get back on. Hope he's not hurt. Doesn't look to be. Just misjudged his hand position there. That is unfortunate. Well, apart from that unfortunate fall from the bar, that was a really decent routine from Cameron Lynn. Wonderful dismount too. And thankfully, the most important thing was that he wasn't hurt after coming off the bar. Got back on and finished his routine. But certainly not the way that he would have wanted that to play out. Not the way that he would have wanted his day to end. Nevertheless, he doesn't leave Mersin empty-handed. He takes home a floor medal from earlier in the day. Cameron Lynn there is confirmation of his score. The penalty for coming off the bar. So there is the second half of the table. It's Heath Thorpe in 5th position. Amit Onda is the gold medalist on the bar. Tincevic, Christian Baloch, Razal John Abdurrahmanov, Heath Thorpe, Mert Kilicher, Ivan Dijanovic and Cameron Lynn. The time now for the awards ceremony for the horizontal bar, and here come the medalists. Christian Baloch takes the bronze. Silver goes to Tin Serbic. And get ready for a big cheer from the crowd. As Amit Onda takes gold for Turkey. Another gold for the home nation. Look at the smiles. And what a final this was. Such a tight final. Amit Onda and Tin Serbic both scoring a 14.1. And Christian Baloch with a 14.05. The finest of margins decided bronze, silver and gold in this horizontal bar final. Huge congratulations to the medalists, in fact to all the competitors. It's been an absolutely wonderful day of high class competition. And just look how tight those scores are, those podium places decided by such fine margins.